Okay, hello people. We're actually in our Google Classroom right now, as you can see in my screen. So, um, still on Module 1, we have meaning and relevance of their history. And actually, we're done with topic 1, right? What is history? So you can just read it here. And also check this one, assessment and validate, and making a synthesis. This one. So I think 4 had turned in, and I need to give grades for them, scores, and making synthesis also. We have 15 turned in, good, and I completed 2 of them. Also, with the topic 2, with the study of history. So we have here read me, which has been also discussed, right? And here I read 5, and I need to check this one person. Again, we still have 14 of you that needs to answer. And for for these two topics that we have, the same topic, that is controversies in the Philippine history. So all you have to do is to what? Of course, you need to read. But of course, this day is not applicable because of course I'll be recording this video. I am recording this video for your own sake. So you will be distracted with my face here. I'll just close this one. So I got this PowerPoint presentation from Slideshare. If you happen, you just go to type Slideshare and you will be directed to make your own account. In that sense, you can also upload videos, not PowerPoint presentation, on documents on your own, that is your own. And if you want to help people, make help in all kind of stuffs for studying purposes, you can also download and upload your own PowerPoint presentation. Do not forget to write the references where you got all those information. Okay, so I got this one, and it says here the Philippine Normal University, the National Center for Teacher Education, Mindanao, the multicultural education hub for Florida, Agusan del Sur. So I'm really thanking this person for uploading it to Slideshare. Readings in Philippine history. So the Filipino historian, controversial issues in the Philippine history. These are just some of the controversial issues of the Philippines. Let's take off. So number 1, we have the number of islands and islets in the Philippines. How many islands and islets comprise the Republic of the Philippines? As you were watching this video, I think you also have thinking, hala no, pila gid ka islands and islets ang Pinas, no? As reflected in the different books in the Philippine historiography, the following conflicting figures may be had. Here the following. So we have 7,000 islands islets, Gonzilio and Alfonso, History of the Book People. Some also says that from Molina, it says that we have 7,083 islands. According to Alip for Political and Cultural History of the Philippines, we have 7,100 islands and islets. In the most history books of Zaide, it says that we have 7,100 islands and islets. And take note also again from Zaide, from the book Catholicism in the Philippines. Philippines has a broken archipelago of 7,083 islands. And according to Google, if you want to search in Google, it is comprising more than 7,000 islands. So which is which among of these? Pila ka ini ka islands gining Philippines? Another controversy that we have is the named islands and islets in the Philippines. The named, of course, in the said first one, we have 7,000 more islands. But the question now is, pila diri dua sa giingon nga 7,000 ang naay pangalan ng mga islands. So, as you can see in this right corner, we have the Philippine map, and of course, some of you have known these islands, no? We have Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and we have here Samar, Catanduanes, Manila, Palawan, Negros, Bohol, Cebu City, Iloilo, Panay, Mindanao, Davao City, Cagayan de Oro, Zamboanga City, Basilan, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and the rest is history. So that's why these authors, has searched for it and they come up with these digits. So according to Agoncillo and Alfonso, History of the Filipino People, of more than 7,000 islands and islets, about 4,000 lang daw are still unnamed. So that means a total of 3,000 named islands. Right? 3,000 nga named, tapos 4,000 nga still unnamed. No, wala pa pangalan. According to Alip, from the book Political and Cultural History of the Philippines, Volume 1, I forget the volume, 2,773 of the different islands and islets have been named. So, hence a total of more than, pila kaya? More than 4,000, no? Ang still unnamed. 4,000 kapin. Our Zaide, Philippines History for Catholic High Schools of the Republic of the Philippines. 2,773 islands are named. They have the same figure with Alip. And again, another book of Azaide from Philippine Political and Cultural History, Volume 1, that is published on 1957. 2,782 are named. Aaron Cagalonia, Pedro A., the Filipino historian, controversial issues in the Philippine history. We have more than 2,000 islands and islets have been named, so there are only, not only, but more than 2,000. There is no exact digit on it, but it says more than 2,000 islands. Now, according to Google, no, Wikipedia, more than 5,000 islands of the archipelago are yet to be named. So in that sense, it says not more than, I can say more than 1,000, no, are named. So napay 5,000 daw ang kinahanglan pa pangalan. Note also this figure presented as his own books. We have this year wherein the book has published differently, no? From volume 1957 to 1963. So there's a big difference. Actually, nag-decrease ganit siya, no? From 2782, niya na lang siya, 2773 na lang. Which kaya mga kadets, no? Asa kaya ani? Number 3, size of the Philippines. Do you even wonder what is the size of the Philippines? Knowing that our land is archipelago in nature rather. High size sa Philippines, no? We have here from Agoncillo is 115,758 square miles per 299,811, no, 0.844 square kilometers. According to Agoncillo and Alfonso, History of the Filipino People, it says Philippines is, or has rather, this estimated size of 114,830 square miles per 297,000 square kilometers. From Alip, 115,600 square miles with 299,402 square kilometers. And so on, no? 115, 115, 115, 115. They just differ on the hundreds, no? Anyway, Benitez and Corpus has the same in square miles. Same also with the square kilometers. Monile has 115,600. But yes, the same also, no? So Benitez, Corpus, and Molina has the same. Zaide, on the other hand, has different one, 770 square miles. Yes, and so on. No, 15. They just differ on the hundreds. Just one. So which is which kaya, no? That's why, when you are being asked, what is the size of the Philippines? There should be a reference on that one. Who quote that one? Who wrote, no? Dapat na ay siya reference. Because, as you can see, no, they have different size. No, the Philippines, this is just an example that you need also these references as we are going to of course give information to other people. This is really important. So we have here Corpus less than 241.4402 kilometers. Alip 104.607 kilometers. Zaide 125.529 kilometers. And yes, we also have this one, no? That is why they differ because don't know how they what do you call it one measured the size of it. Does they did they include Tawi Tawi on that one? No, Tawi Tawi, which is on the end part of the Philippines. No, on Mindanao part. You can see this one. The Tawi Tawi is really that small. So basically, when you measure this up, you also measure, no, this because knowing that Philippines is an archipelago, no, daghan kay mga islands, no, islets. Sa kanila ni pag measure. That's why they come up with this data. Look at this one. Also pictures here. Unlike unlike the other countries that we have, as you can see, no, isa lang ang ilang yuta. So di sila maglisod, di ba? Kay intact ba ang yuta? Ang sa Pinas tan-awa ra jud oh. Daghan kaayoy gagmay-gagmay na mga isla, no? So muni karon, how did they come up with this measures? So the Philippines constitutes a portion of the large archipelago once known as the East Indies. No, East Indies, ha, not East Indias. East Indies are different from East India. Our country is the southeast of Asiatic mainland. So East Indies are Indies in a term that has been used to describe the lands of South and Southeast Asia. So in a mere restricted sense, the Indies can be used to refer to the islands of the Southeast Asia, especially in the Malay archipelago. This is according to Wikipedia. Ito na yun, no? Ang East Indies. So the Philippines lies about 700 miles per 1,122, 26.54 kilometers to the southeast of the Asian mainland. Southeast. So that's why it's here, no? Southeast Asia. A brief history of the Philippines. O, sa Alin. Ayun. That's why we have it here, no? From this description, lies 7 miles southeast of the Asia mainland. Here, this particular area. The Philippines is a sprawling archipelago fringing the southeastern rim of the Asian continent. Ayun. Southeast Asian rim of the Asian continent. Number 4, location of the Philippine Deep. Deep. How deep are our water, no? The water in the Philippines. So, hindi ka lang ng dagat, eh. So, the Philippine Trench, also Philippine Deep, you have the same, huh? Philippine Trench, also Philippine Deep, Mindanao Trench, and Mindanao Deep, is a submarine trench to the rest of the Philippines. It has a length of approximately 1,320 kilometers and a width of about 30 kilometers from the center of the Philippine island of Luzon, turning southeast to the northern Maluku island of Halmahera in Indonesia. Its deepest point, the Galataya Depth, has a depth of 10,540 meters, the third deepest in the world. So, in this sense, the second lowest region of the Earth, known as the Philippine Deep, is found east of the Mindanao. Ayun, so we have here. In Mindanao pala. So, what is this one? So, the lowest place is the Philippine Deep, an ocean depth east of Mindanao. It is, in the fact, the lowest region in the world. Philippine history for Catholic high school. This is according to Zaide. The lowest part on Earth is the Philippine Deep, siya, situated about 15 miles per 24.1402 kilometers northeast of Mindanao. So we're actually in the north part of the northeast of Mindanao. Here, it is here. So na po'y controversies ani kung unsa gyud ni kalawom di ay ang deep, no? The Philippine Deep. So from this one to here, from 15 miles per 24.041402, we have some other claim that it's located 45 miles per 72.4205 kilometers east of North Mindanao. And also, they also claimed other claims that it's located east of Mindanao has depth of 35,440 feet per 10.802112 kilometers. And also another claim that the Philippine Deep has a depth of 34,580 feet per 10.539984 kilometers. That's according to Google. Chapter 1, 6, longest river in the Philippines. You may think right now, what is the longest river in the Philippines? Ma'am, Butuan, ma'am. Butuan daw river, no? one another other point in the Philippine topography, about which our noted historians have failed to be in agreement is the longest river in our country. Dito, no? No? There's never been what do you- I've- actually, I'm not a really historian, so I must agree that wala ito be the longest river in our country. No? Sagad ka ha? Wala man pa siya na story sa mga history books, no? Ano yung pinakadako nga, di mo yung pinakataas nga river sa Pinas. So this is the claims. So Cagayan River, also known as the Rio Grande de Cagayan, is the longest, largest, and the widest river in the country. So it is located in the Cagayan Valley region in the northeastern part of Luzon Island and traverses the provinces of Nueva Ecija, Vizcaya rather, Quirino, Isabela, and Cagayan. Small streams originating from Balete Pass, Cordillera, Caraballo, and Sierra Madre Mountains meet other streams and rivers and flows to the Cagayan River. That's why it is known as the largest, longest, and widest river in the country. At ito yung nagpapatunay. Ito. Can you see this one? You know, the lines over. Ayun. And these are the proofs, no? The pictures on Cagayan River. Rio Grande de Mindanao. So the Rio Grande de Mindanao is also known as the Mindanao River. It's the second largest river system in the Philippines after the Cagayan River of Luzon. It is the largest river on the southern island of Mindanao with a drainage area of 33,169 square kilometers or 8,946 square miles, draining majority of the central eastern portion of the island, is also the second longest river in the country with a length of approximately 373 kilometers. It is an important transportation artery on the island, used mainly in transporting agricultural products and formerly timber. Because as we all know, Mindanao has a lot of course, no, trees. Wherein, of course, as you can also see also nga, dagat po yung mga illegal mining dire sa Mindanao. Rich kayo atong country. No? Rio Grande de Mindanao, its headwaters are the mountain of Impasugong Bukidnon. If you've gone to Bukidnon, it's really a good place. It's cold place. And south of Hingoog City in Misamis Oriental, where it is called the Pulangi River. Joining the Cabacan River, it becomes Mindanao River. So we have here from Cabacan River, and yes, flowing out the mountains, it forms the center of a broad, fertile plain in the south-central portion of the island before it's mounted in the Moro Gulf. It splits into two parallel sections, the Cotabato and Tamantaka, separated by a 180 meters hill. Ayun. So here is a picture. Asa man tong giingon ni ma'am? Ayun. These lines, as you can see it, no? Ayun. Here it is. It's from www.one-ted.com. Also this one. Cagayan River is the longest in the world country, in the whole country rather. It's recorded from the Alip Political and Cultural History of the Philippines. So here are again some controversies on the river. No, Rio Grande de Manila is the longest river in the Philippines, according to Molina, the Philippines through the centuries. Rio Grande de Mindanao. Our longest river is Cagayan River in Luzon. The longest river in Rio Grande de Mindanao, Zaide. approximately 486 kilometers. This is according to Father Miguel Bernard. 5 letters of describing the exploration of the Pulangi or Rio Grande de Mindanao and Rio Cagayan River, as stated from Google. So, we're going to kung ano kung pila ni kabuk ang naiingon nga sa ayon nga Cagayan River. We have one, two, three. Three for Cagayan River. They said three authors. Doon silang Cagayan River daw ang longest in the whole country. Other authors also was mentioned one, two, three, and four. So four of them, no, three also, three authors stated that what um Rio Grande de Mindanao is the longest river in the Philippines. Chapter 1, the Straits. A strait is a natural form narrow, typically available waterway that connects two larger bodies of water. So historians likewise differ in the records of number of straits found in the Philippines. Again, a strait is a naturally formed narrow, typically navigatable waterway that connects the two larger bodies of water. Like this, for instance, this one. This is a strait. That's a strait. 8 landlocked straits in the Philippines. 20 landlocks. So they said that in the Philippines we have 8 landlocked straits. According to Lina. Agoncillo, as an author also of Philippine history, stated that we in the Philippines we have 20 landlocked straits. From Zade it says that we have 8 landlocked straits, and on Google it says 22 straits. What is a coastline? So a coastline or a seashore is the area where land meets the sea or ocean, or a line that forms the boundary between the land and the ocean or a lake. The coastline of the Philippines also provides an interesting subject of disagreement among Filipino historiographers. Why is that? Let's take a note on this. Again, the regular coastline of the Philippines stretches by 10,850 station miles. It is thrice longer than the coastline of the United States of America. Imagine, it's so long, no? And of course, there have been controversies on that, on what is really the correct measures of the statute miles of this coastline that we have. And another controversy that we have in the Philippines, is about our mountains. Everyone is inclined to accept that Mount Apo as the highest peak in the Philippines, but our historians do not agree among themselves relative to the actual height of this mountain. Unsa ka di kataas kun biga ning Mount Apo? So if you're a mountaineer, or I think some of you have been to Mount Apo. The highest mountain in the Philippines is Mount Apo, towering over southern Mindanao, covering the provinces of Davao del Sur and North Cotabato. We are really um, aspired with this information, no, knowing that is part in Mindanao, makita sa Mindanao ang daghan kaayong mountains. And so we have here in Mindanao the highest mountain in the Philippines, which is Mount Apo. And here is a close-up look of Mount Apo, North Cotabato and Davao. Ayun. And these are the claims of the authors, no? 9,000 feet, 9,699, 699, 9,690, from Google. Or do you want to go to this place? The Sea of Clouds. It's from Mount Pulag, or known as Mount Pulag. Asa ka ni makita? Mount Pulag is the third highest mountain in the Philippines. It is Luzon's highest peak at 2,922 meters above sea level. The borders between the provinces of Benguet, Ifugao, and Nueva Vizcaya meet the mountain's peak. Ayun. Na din sa Baguio, no? Specifically in the province's borders, we have Benguet, Ifugao, and Nueva Vizcaya. And here are some of the pictures from Mount Pulag. Ayun. No? And morely, people are really promoting to go to Mount Pulag with this kind of scenery, like for this one. No? Sabi ka nice ka ayo ang Sea of Clouds. Ayun. Looking at this map, nandiri ang bundok Pulag. And of course, there has been another issues for this one, the controversies of what is the peak high how what is the what do you call this, how high is this Mount Pulag or Pulog from Agoncillo? It says it is 8,481. From Alip, it says 9,606. And from Google, 2.922 kilometers. Mount Dulang-Dulang is 2.938 kilometers high. Uy, there has been a typographical error on this one. Another kind of mountain, we have Mount Dulang-Dulang. So this can be located on Lantapan, Bukidnon. So Mountain Dulang-Dulang, dubbed by Philippine mountaineers as D2, was Dulang-Dulang, D2, is one of the high elevation peaks in the Kitanglad Mountain range located in the north central portion of the province of Bukidnon in the island of Mindanao. Major islands, another no controversy in the Philippines. Major islands in the Philippines. Unsa gid kaya major islands? As we have known, we know already what Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. But we don't really know that there's some issues also in the Philippines on what are really the major islands. So as you can see it, we have here in the right corner, Luzon, Mindanao, Samar, Negros, and Palawan. Looking into our map, you can really check how big these major islands are. In Luzon, in this portion, in Mindanao, in this area, in the down part. We also have Samar here, Samar in this area. Also, we have Negros here, this one, and Palawan on this side. These are major islands of the Philippines. But wait, why this is a controversy? Let's check. For this particular point of controversy, five writers' data shall be tabulated for easier comprehension, namely Alips, another one from De La Costa, from Zaide, Zafra, and the writers Filipino of yesteryear's Star Bookstore 1967, which has been tabulated here. Ayun. So from Alip, from Costa, Gagalonia, Zafra, Zaide, and Gogo. Note how these differs from one another. Let's look from Luzon. 42, from Gagalonia is 40, Zafra 40, Zaide 40, and Gogo 40. But how they differ is on the hundred stats. So Gagalonia and Zaidi have the same, and Zafran Gogo has also the same one. And yes, si Alip ang naglahi. So for the Mindanao part also, as you can see, it's 39,000. Some says it's 36, 45, 36, 37. So looking into, we're gonna have it Mindanao for Alep and Gagalonia having the same 39, but the difference of the hundreds place now 455 and 906. For Zafra and Zaide, we have also 36,000, but looking into the hundreds place, we have 537 and 906. Also in Google, we have 37 of 656. And in Costa, we have 45, the highest of them. No, and the size of it is 45,000. On this third largest island, we have Samar, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. So ang nagulahi lang is Zafra, which is 6,000. Looking into the hundreds place, we have from the least not the greatest, we have Zaidet 124, Gagalonia 180, Google 184, and Aleph 304. For Negros, we have it for 5,000, 4 and 4. So we Zafran Google has the same, and of course Aleph different. Looking also, no, as you can see this table, you can check Palawan 5697, 455, and 5656. An overall view of this one, you can see that Zafra and Google sometimes have the same digits, no? From the Luzon area and also the Negros. How they're being estimated. So note that the areas in square miles of major islands of the Philippines as given in the above table may no longer reflect the actual size, shape, or appearance of the Philippines as a whole. It is rather essential for our purpose for correct and proper history writing that the discrepancies be resolved soon enough, so no less than an authoritative body like the National Historic Commission should step into this controversy. Yes, it's really good. No, but knowing in these times of ano ba yan, tense of we are in 21st century, and I know we are really in we are experiencing global warming, and kalakip ano no would be some islands of the Philippines that would not exist or would disappear because of the what the melting of the ice in the portion of our globe, which is the Arctic. Nag-melt na ang ice. So, possible, no, kanina mga figures would be rin. And soon enough, we were really hoping that the authority, like by the National Historic Commission, would step up and help resolve this controversy. Would step up with these controversies. Not only for the sizes of it, or what is this major islands in the Philippines, but morely on all types of controversies in the Philippines, uh, which we have discussed in this video. Ayun, so that ends our discussion for these controversies, and I will also post questions on the comment section below, where I'm going to post it on YouTube, so that also you can give your ideas for this whole duration of our topic. So thank you for listening and for viewing this video, and for the sake of our learning, you need to comment down on what are your stances, okay? Thank you so much.